Hey, what's going on, guys? CEO Will, man. We're back with another video, man. We're trying to keep the content moving. Right now, we're reacting to videos, man, to some stuff that I align with, man. And today we're going to be reacting to the Millionaire Morning Show. Anton Daniels, man. I really like what he's doing out here, man. He's making a lot of sense. He's reacting to some good stuff. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this, man. I want to hear what he has to say. And just kind of keep it pushing like that. Yeah, let's do it.
Learn from just hearing shit like, yo, man, 3 years after the league, you fucked up, or 5 years.
I mean, to y'all, like, what that paranoia, like, because you see a lot of players be up here and then leave. Your boy, for instance, that's in Chicago. He's doing a documentary about him or whatever and shit. And he was in the NBA, but now he opening up the mailbox with no key. What's the guy's name? Anybody?
Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sebastian Telfair. Sebastian Telfair did like this thing where he's saying he was back in the hood. I think he in prison right now. He in the same jail as Diddy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's here.
Yeah, he went to Lincoln. Yeah,
that's here.
Okay, yeah.
First foremost, man, as a former athlete, played for Florida International University football. Man, even on a collegiate level, man, that what they're saying is real. That that should be studied a lot more, man. Because not just professional athletes that follow. There's a lot of these athletes that just made it to the college level that graduated and didn't really go where they thought they was going to go, man, and fall off hard, man. And they out here just figuring it out. So that shit's real. It's not necessarily just because we're dumb. It's not necessarily because we're not thinking. It's just you spent what most people graduate high school at like 17, 18 years old. I mean, you spent most of your life, preparing for that one moment. You know what I'm saying? To go pro, and then you go pro, you start making money, and now that this is it, and then you leave, and then it's just like, my dad's not a businessman, my mom's not a business person. I guess we're good because I'm a celebrity, and then boom, next thing you know, you're back in the hood, dog.
And that was my class.
Yeah, that's his class too. That's a younger.
We came out of high school together.
But I'm like that. The question I think I'm trying to ask is that anxiety that you guys carry, not just in the game, but after the game. Once the lights turn off and it's no more basketball.
Yeah.
Like, what direction are guys looking into, or are you paranoid about what your next direction is because of all the failed stories and shit?
Well, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, like for me, like it's different because like at the end of the day, I ain't in the Hall of Fame. I wasn't no superstar. I was, I was Robert.
J.R. Smith, if you ever watch this video, stop playing crazy. Stop playing crazy. You a superstar.
Depends on who you ask, nigga. It depends on who you ask.
No, but I was just saying in the grand scheme of things, like when people think about dudes who retire, a lot they gonna think about him way more than they gonna think about me when they remember the teams and remember that the player that he is and was. So, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with who I am. I know who I am and all that. But at the same time, I got kids too.
Yeah.
I got family too.
Yeah.
That money stopped coming in how it was coming in at one point, and you got to start really. Nah, I can't. Nope. Relationships fall. Like you can't. Your outlet which was at the highest level, you can't even get that no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially as an athlete. Yeah. That's what one thing about like I feel like for like musicians, y'all could do that shit. You could run it for a minute. And you could tour and you could perform shit for as long as people, you got relevancy and whatnot, and people want to still hear you. But shit.
Some of them. For meth, for Method Man, that's a valid assessment. For Jaquan, that may not necessarily be true. You know what I'm saying? For Method Man, he can get away with it because Method got a catalog. Method came from a legendary group, whether you want to talk about Meth and Redman or Wu-Tang Clan, and then he also do some acting and all of that stuff. Yeah, for him, he stayed relevant. That's not the case for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And then also, rappers was getting robbed as far as like their contracts and how much money that they can make. And NBA, you will very rarely ever hear a rapper that touched $100 million. That's not most people. Unless you Travis Scott.
That's a big bar. That's a real big bar.
Drake, Kendrick, you know, Dr. Dre, some of the old school ones and stuff like that. Those guys touched 100 million. Maybe the Nellies, that type of stuff. The people that had monster hits, Eminem, Jay-Z, that type of stuff. Ain't no rapper seeing no 100 M's in their lifetime. Most of these niggas is broke. They broke, so they runway may be longer, but they don't make as much money. And it's a different dynamic, right? And they financially illiterate. They don't even know that they're getting robbed. They didn't even read their contract when they signed it.
And that's only because, and he might get into it, that's only because a lot of artists, bro, they trying to make it. I'm not an artist, I almost said we, but they trying to make it, so they're not thinking about the specifics. Shit, a lot of them don't even have the freedom to really even sit down and negotiate. It's either sign or get the hell out. So I could see, but yeah.
The basketball money is different because it comes faster, but it's got to last you the rest of your life. I've managed as far as like help these niggas with their budgets, all of that type of stuff. I've had conversations with people that had coaching calls and they trying to figure it out because they know that they, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got the money coming in that they used to have. I've never actually managed an active NBA player or NFL player. Like as far as like had conversations on coaching calls with their budgets and all of that stuff. The only athletes that I've had conversations with about money, lifestyle, making money and all of that stuff was after they was already out the league and then they trying to figure out what their next move is because they don't necessarily want to lower their lifestyle, but they know.
Listen, man, and I'm gonna continue to get into the video. High interest yield account, straight up. All you need, I'm not saying all, like this is so easy, but these guys begin like 20, for anybody that's an athlete, if you ever come across this video, I don't know, right? A high interest yield account, straight up, it pays you anywhere between depending on how high or low the market is, it pays you anywhere between 3 to 5% annually, right? So if you got 3+, $4+ million sitting inside a high interest yield account, you got Barclays, you got, like I'm with Barclays, man, you're talking about making 3% off of $4 million a year, which is what? 6 figures, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's just do the math. Let's do the math, and we're gonna get back to the video, but this is legit. Times 0.03, 4 million times 0.03, that's $120,000 a year. Chilling, not off of 4 million. If you can't make $120,000 stretch, you know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust. It's either you or it's your lifestyle. You know, 120,000 a year, man. You know what I'm saying? That's $10,000 a month. You get your cool little condo in the downtown area that you own, all right, and you chill and you don't go crazy. You get your cool little whip, Tesla truck, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I mean, excuse my language. I don't really care. And you just chill. You won't be able to go out and spend, $20 million a month, or $1 million a month, but then you're gonna be able to just survive just off of the interest of your money on. You'll still have 20 years on the road. If you stay within that $120,000 a year, you'll still have $4 million in the bank. And whatever you own, you just own. Come on, man, stop playing crazy. It's really not rocket science, bro. If you somehow get your hands on a lump sum of cash, man, put it in a high interest yield account and live off the interest. Shoot, even if you only get $1 million, you know what I'm saying? 3% off $1 million, you can make it happen. What's 3% off of $1 million annually? Times 0.01. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. The math on that looks kind of goofy, but still, bro, it's like 50 G's or something like that. Like you'll be able to survive. That's all I'm saying. You'll be able to survive. No, hold on. Just so I'm not tripping, because I did it off 0.01 times 0.03. That's $30,000 a year. I'm just saying, you still got $1 million in the bank. You divide that by 12, you make it 2,500. You might just have to adjust the state that you live in. You might have to go to Memphis. You might have to go to the deep. You might have to go overseas. You know what I'm saying? Just to still be a millionaire and be able to, have your way out here. So that's all I got on that.
But the money ain't gonna be coming in no more, and they still young as hell. Most of the time, people, when they up, they not reaching out to you. Nobody reaches out to anybody when they up. Hey, listen, I got it. I'm good.
That's a big
I
bar.
got big money, nigga. Who you talking to?
Facts.
All of this and so on and so forth, right? That's when they good. Nigga, you want to interview me or something? They don't reach out until it's all the limelight's cut down. They like your podcast, they kicking it with you. Then it's like, yo, what's going on, fam? Man, it's crazy out here. Then they reach out to you like, man, what do you think I should put some money into? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's when they want to kick it and they observe your podcast or they want to rock out with you.
And it shouldn't be that way.
What you doing, bro? They trying to figure it out in that front. So that's usually how it plays out if you're going to get somebody to reach out to you. And they don't directly ask you either. They don't directly ask you. They be on some like, man, when I come through, we should hook up. Then they want to, then it goes from there.
You can only run, that ball gonna keep bouncing you for so long, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Your last shot. I feel like Odell caught a lot of heat for that this week, right? I think he was on the pivot, and I think he's talking about how $100 million ain't really $100 million, and how he ran through it. And I think Shannon Sharp, I think Chad Ochocinco, they were just like, nah, like how does that happen?
Well, $100 million. That's $100 million. Let's not get that.
Not 100.
But it's not really $100 million in over a 5-year span.
Pay attention, y'all.
Right? Like you talking about taking 58 to 60%, 58% or 48%, half your check. Right? So that 10 goes to 5 over 5 years. Right?
That hurt. I don't care. And I know people still gonna be like, listen, man, but it's still 50 million. Imagine giving $50 million to the government that they never picked up a basketball. Man, Texas is robbery. It is highway robbery. If there is anything that I lose sleep over in my...
For the record, straight up, for the record, and I'm gonna show y'all my phone. 50 million times 0.03 is $1.5 million a year. I'm just saying. These athletes are talking to the wrong people. Or they just don't give a damn. Or they just never knew. They didn't have anybody manage their own stuff. I mean, that's 3%. Fuck it. Let's take it down to 2%. Come on, homie. That's for the rest of your life. And then you don't gotta, this is not like a CD account where it gotta sit for $12. And I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just saying this, it breaks my heart, man. It's $1.5 million off 50 mil. So even if the government takes half, you still got 50 M's, you good for life, homie. And you still got 50 million in the bank. You living off the interest of the 50 mil. Come on now.
A lifetime. If there is one thing that I lose sleep over, because I don't lose sleep over much at all. If there's the only thing that I ever lose sleep over, it is taxes. That's the only thing that that I'll maybe spend an extra 15 minutes thinking about before I go to bed. Like, damn. And they never did nothing to do it. And then here's the other part of it. And then you got politicians saying we need to get more of that. We need to get more of that. Oh. Taxes, boy. Taxes. 50 M's going to taxes. That ain't got nothing to do with agents. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing. Just M's gone.
All right. So now within that 5, now you got other taxes that you got to pay.
Pay taxes in every state you play. Yeah?
Right. So now you got taxes alone that's going to hit you. Boom. You can't do nothing about that.
Right.
Then you got to live. You got to get a house. You're going to take care of your moms.
4% agency fee.
You got your agency fee. Right. So you got all of this.
It's a lot of money.
Shit that.
What you don't gotta pay if you that boy. Lamar Jackson and his old girl did. They from the hood. They from the block. Pompano. Just saying, Florida. You don't gotta pay that if you already that boy. If you negotiate $100 million contract, that means you've already did the work to get that money. You don't need an agent. If anything, you could fire that boy and get a new one right after. You that guy, homie. You that boy. That's my opinion.
That's happening within that 5 million now, because you ain't working with 10, you working with 5. So now you got to bust down to 5.
Wow. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And you telling you yes, you got to change your lifestyle, but your lifestyle changes drastically,
100%.
and that drastic lifestyle change
It's not
fucks you up mentally.
And then you probably got child support. Your chick, a lot of these dudes wind up getting divorced after they get out the league because they ain't bringing in the type of money that
Hey, he laughing, bro, but that shit ain't funny, bro. That ain't funny, bro.
they ain't bringing in the type of money that they used to bring in no more. And they used to be over there sitting on the bench with all of the freshest, newest gear with their big chains on and stuff like that. All of that's going away. Pawn shop, eBay, right? Sponsorships is gone because you're not on the floor no more. No more shoe deals, no more Jordan brand deals, no more none of that, bro. Everything is gone. You are now only left with whatever you made, and you have to figure out how to make it multiply and or stretch while still living and trying to figure out how you can pare down your lifestyle because you're used to being up here. See, it's much easier to go from here to here than it is to go from here to here.
Bars.
It's way harder to adjust down than it is to get used to the going up.
I take that back. That ain't bar. That's crazy, bro. You, especially if you ain't never had nothing in life. I'm trying not to curse, but if you never had anything in life and you know what it looks like to struggle and to be able to make it happen with nothing, you tripping on me. You just was too much of a yes man in the beginning, or you was too much of a celebrity in the beginning. Because in other cultures, other communities, you don't see them having that problem, homie. You don't see them, and I say this with respect. Other communities and from those of the urban African American community understand where I'm getting at when I say that. And you could fight me on this. I don't care. You ain't seen them boys go hard like that. They might get them a F-150 truck. You understand? No tent. They don't care, homie. They just, and you could blame, that's how they brought up this, that, and third. We just gotta change what we care about. If we care about the gold, the jewelry, the clubs, the private jets, the all this, that, and third, being bigger than life, well, it costs to be the boss. Now you got, so it's 50-50. It's hard to get money. It's hard to be broke and then be in an environment with all these people that's been rich their whole lives and they're trying to be your friend. That's hard to me, challenging at least, because you've never been there before. Whoa, you got to trust people to help you understand what's happening around you. But if that's not the reality, man, it's easier to slow down when you got it than to speed up when you don't got it.
You can figure out how to spend some money. It's hard to figure out how you need to budget for the rest of your life. Life.
Okay.
Life. It's hard, bro. It's hard. I think about that shit every day. Like, that's why I invest so much money. It's like, man, I want to live the rest of my life awesome. I got a target that I'm trying to hit.
Right? That's the gray area that fucks a lot of athletes up.
Okay.
Because they sit in this space of transitioning from having this to now got to budget on a day-to-day basis. I got to budget how I'm going to pay my mortgage. I got to budget how I'm going to pay my car note. I got to
says sign a prenuptial agreement. That ain't got nothing to do with child support. Child support does not cover, prenuptial agreements do not cover child support.
budget on food. Like, it's a lot of shit that you almost become back. You got to come back to reality now.
Right.
Because now you ain't got the bread. You got to be honest.
Modest and honest. You got to live up
With yourself.
Yes.
And you got to be willing to accept that. So I feel what Odell is saying. You know, years ago, Sprewell said, I can't live off $7 million a year. Remember that?
Thought he was crazy.
People thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
It's not crazy because everything is relevancy, right? If you're going to live this, if you here and you live in this lifestyle over five.
And here's the worst part. You'll never, ever be able to convince people to understand it from your lens because people can't imagine what $7 million a year. They like, man, boy, do you know, man, $7 million will last me for the rest of my life. You'll never, ever be able to resonate with people until they get it and realize, wait a minute, this is different than I thought it was. I'm actually in trouble now. Nobody will ever be able to understand it. So a lot of these conversations is going to fall on deaf ears because they ain't never touched, an M before. If you've never touched the M before in less than a year, then you're never going to understand it. See, look, $7 million a year. If you live poor, you'll be fine. It's like talking to a wall. It's talking to a wall. But guess what? Some of y'all make $100,000 a year. And y'all say, man, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. You know what the nigga that make $30,000 to $40,000 a year is saying? Nigga, what? You make $100,000 a year and you can't thrive off of that? Nigga, you know what we would be able to do? That would change our lives. It's all relative. It's all relative. The dude that make $100 a year saying, man, I live paycheck to paycheck. He looking at the guy that make $300 a year, and he's saying, nigga, you complaining? And the nigga that make $300 a year is like, man, this shit is wild. This is expensive. I'm paying more property taxes. I don't know what to do. Right? And then the politicians is programming the people and saying, but no, listen, we need to tax the 1% of the 1%. And the person that make an M a year, he got 7 people that he taking care of. He got the mama, he got the payroll. He trying to build businesses. He investing a crazy amount of money, so he ain't really liquid like that because he trying to figure out how to make it work, how to make it stretch, how to make it multiply. It's a nigga over here stealing from him. His account, he don't know what's gonna happen on his tax bill. He paying attention to the jobs report because he know that the taxes is who gonna get elected because the tax is a little different. So it's all gonna be relative, right? The person that make 30 gonna be looking at the nigga that make 120. He gonna be like, you dumb motherfucker. You so stupid. How you fumble that? The nigga that make 120 that's gonna be looking at the dude that make 480, and he gonna be like, nigga, I'm still stuck at 120 and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. What the fuck is you doing with your life? The nigga that make 480 is paying crazy alimony and child support because he got finesse. And it's all gonna be relative. Everybody gonna hate on everybody that's going up because complaints go up, they don't go down. So then when you get all the way up to the Odell Beckham and you're like, man, fuck, this shit don't stretch the way you think it do. Don't nobody want to hear the fact that you had to pay $50 million in taxes. Don't nobody want to hear the fact that you had to pay your agent fee and your mama needed a house and your homeboys finessed you and you had to take care of this person. They don't want to hear that shit. Don't nobody want to hear that at 30. You got to live 50 to 60 more years, and you got to figure out how to make the rest of the 18 stretch while living his lifestyle and being a public figure and never being able to go back to have a regular job again because now you're going to be embarrassed. And so nobody cares about anything. They only want to sit there and say, nah, you stupid as fuck, bro.
That's a bar.
Nigga, we all dumb. We all dumb because we are first generation millionaires.
That's a bar.
We all stupid. We all ignorant as hell because don't nobody know nothing until you get it. We're all dumb. We all are dumb because we all just got money. And I hate it when niggas say, man, you got to act like you've been here before. But I haven't.
I ain't been here before. Yeah, tighten up, man. You don't know how this feels, bro.
It's my first time, buddy. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm not acting like nothing, nigga. I just got here. Act like you've been here before. No, I just arrived. Nigga, you acting like you ain't been here. You acting like you ain't even been here and you acting like you me, nigga. Nigga, I'm done, nigga.
Disrespectful, but the truth, boy. You ain't even on this level when you talking that crazy talk. Slow down.
What you talking about? Nigga, I'm about to go shopping. I'm going on a trip. Nigga, I grew up with a Lamborghini on my wall. Fuck is you talking about? Nigga, I'm going to get that Tim audio. I figure the rest of this shit out later. On the next go round, contract 2, we gonna be a little bit more fiscally responsible. Nigga, contract 1, nigga, I'm gonna show that Bentley. Fuck is you talking about, boy? Nigga, I'ma live that life. I grew up looking at niggas throwing money in the club. They said, well, I make that rain, I make that rain, I make that rain, niggas, I make that rain, I make that rain, I make. What are you talking about? I seen Birdman and them on MTV Cribs. I always wanted to live in the suburbs. My kids on private school, nigga. What you talking about? I just got here. Let me enjoy it. Give me 3 years, nigga. I'ma get it together on year 4. We're gonna figure it out on year 4. I gotta go get that car though, nigga. I grew up with that. I said with my first M, mama need a house. I told them, y'all ain't gotta work no more because we rich now. We rich. I'm telling you. This ain't got nothing to do with financial literacy. This got something to do with, nigga, life is life. You talking about?
God.
Then you start justifying shit. Nigga, I don't even know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Nigga, my homeboy got killed when he was 18. Nigga, I'ma live this life. You can't take it.
Looking for a reason to blow that bag. It's the truth, bro. He's spot on, bro. I can tell you from the block.
Of this shit with you, you start saying stuff like that. YOLO.
Right back at the bottom where you started.
7 years, 100 million is not 100 million. You're not even seeing 50 of that million at all.
Crazy.
Right? So there's a lot of shit that comes into play with that. Now, if you fuck that up,
Well, that other half, yeah.
I was about to say,
if you fuck whatever that is up, that's on.
Juxtapose that to what happened with Bassie, you know what I mean? And the way that's happening.
I with Bassie, I just don't like that nobody is reaching out or saying, yo, come on, let's talk, let's chop it up, because we a fraternity.
Like how
Right? You're not gonna fuck with everybody.
My joint is like, how is he not like as somebody like running somebody's camp, or like, you know, Adidas ain't paying him to be like, you know, come in.
That's the relationship.
Okay.
And this is why he's feeling that way, probably. Yo, Adidas, I was the face of your brand at 15 years old.
Right.
Like,
For those of you that may not know, I'm gonna make a general announcement. I have 4 channels. If you want to go over to the Darth Anton channel, if you want to go and look at all of my old vlogs on the Anton Daniels channel, or if you want to go and look at any of the new stuff of what my life is like and all of the original content that you would love to see, it is over there. Make sure you hit a subscribe. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. God bless.
I played in the league now. I got pension now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got almost 10 years in the league, or 10 years in the league. So I did what I was supposed to do, right? From high school as a high school phenom, a little kid family, basketball royalty. You made it out of that, and you did 10 years in the NBA. You had a career.
Right.
So now on the flip side of that, everybody has their moments when they down, but nobody is really, people that was next to him and really rocking with him and fucking with him.
Right.
That's the sad reality of this shit.
But that question why would have to be asked to him.
Yeah.
That would have to be.
And a lot of it is self, you know, like it's self-indulging, like it's self-sabotaging. Like we self-sabotage ourselves.
The outside looking in, it feels like, the outside looking in, it looks like as an athlete, you have to feel like the ego has to take a check before.
We self-sabotage ourselves as an athlete.
Right.
We just, that's what we do. We self-sabotage. We our biggest critics. We our biggest hater. So that's why we hear athlete. Anybody say, man, fuck them niggas. We don't care about what they say. They really don't. We really don't, because we are. You ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna hurt me more than how I already feel about a certain situation.
Right. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I just hope this, you know, this situation, Bassey being able to open up and really, you know,
I think
tell
he
his
made
story.
a pivot.
Yeah.
I think he made a pivot.
So now he realized, okay, and he made mistakes.
Or
He put himself in a lot of situations.
The video joint, he's
I mean, you know, it's all, like I said, it's all relative. It is what it is. You learn, you live, you learn.
Well, man, my whole take on that, man, is, you know, hopefully that you guys learn something from that whole situation, man. Like I said, man, it's all about exposure, what you is or what you ain't, you know, exposed. So first and foremost, I want to just give a shout out to Anton Daniels, man. If you ever see this video, man, shout out to you, man. I like what you're doing out here. You know, it doesn't seem like you're out here trying to, you know, fake the funk or be something or someone that you're not. So I respect it. So I'm paying attention to you, man. I'm gonna continue to pay attention to you, and you know, and when I seen that you react to this video, man, I was like, let me go ahead and jump on that. And I'm gonna react to more of your videos, man, because I feel like you're a little bit underrated out here, man, in a respectful way. Like you should be mentioned a little bit more out here in these streets. But back to that topic, man, it's all about exposure, man. When you do get to certain places, man, try your best to like slow down who is getting attached to you for a second, for at least the first 6 months. You understand? Don't go, I'm self-made. You know, I went out and I earned my own thing, you know what I'm saying, through the e-commerce wave and stuff like that. When that came out back with fidget spinners shit, 2017, 2018. But you know, if the biggest thing you can do for yourself, man, is try to be a ghost out here, man, and not really brag about what you really got or what you're making. Let people assume, but never give them a reason to feel whatever. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you want to stunt, you want to ball, you want to buy these things you never had before, bro. But at the same time, you gotta have fun with the idea of knowing that you can get it whenever you want. You just choose not to, instead of getting it and now you got it and now that money's spent and now people are around you. They're starving, they hungry from the block, homie. They need you. You got a Bentley with my GT, homie. You know. But hope you guys learned something from this video, man. There's another video you guys want me to react to. Let me know, man. I kind of like this content, man. This feels more like me. It's less. I like this type of content I'm doing right now, man. I might keep this going. So if you like it, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.